Hello, it's Blue. I'm going to show you how to go about manufacturing your own stuffed toys. So I went through this website called Alibaba, which connects you to manufacturers in China. And what I did was I went through that website, I looked up Plush toys, manufacturing. I went through the different options, but I made sure to look out for someone who had trade assurance. So basically they had like this gold star ribbon thing, and basically they're kind of like these guaranteed sellers. So Alibaba, they'll cover the money for you first, and then once you approve everything and you receive the product, you give it the okay, and then they send your actual money. So basically trade assurance makes sure that what you're ordering is legit. So first you want to have a design. I started with this monkey design named Miichii, which I've talked about on this channel before. All I did was I just sent them a picture of it. So I'm going to go through like my actual messages with the manufacturer. Also, excuse, like, I'm sick. This is the toy that I made. I ordered, I think, 100 of them. They all came individually wrapped, which I thought was really great because it looks good for like packaging, shipping. They're about 6 inches. They're soft, really good quality. I said, hello, I would like to create a stuffed animal, a microfiber filled with cotton, 6 inches. How much, including shipping, will this cost? And the manufacturer replied with, hello, thank you for your inquiry. The sample fee is $140, international shipping included. So you have to have a sample first. I highly recommend this so that you know what you're going to be ordering in bulk, and if you like it or whatnot. So you always start off with a sample. Then he said, please send me your design. I attached an image of the design. Then I asked, how much will it be for the bulk order of 100? And then he said $3.05 a piece, which is like amazing. Then I said, how much for shipping? And then he said, we have Air Express courier and normal air courier, but I suggest you go for Air Express because the quality, such as DHL, UPS, because the quality is less. Air Express is fastest way, and our cooperated courier company will do door-to-door service for you. You only need to sit in the sofa, drink a cup of coffee, and receive the product. As you can see, their English isn't always perfect. It's kind of broken sometimes, but it's not impossible to communicate with them. Like, it's pretty simple to understand what they're saying. Also, if you're in the US, most of your communications with them will take place like overnight because, you know, the time differences. Keep in mind there's time zone differences. And then I said, how much money is it for both? And then they said Air Express courier $248, normal air courier $650. Then I said I would like to order on Alibaba. So I said this because supposedly scammers will try to take the order off of Alibaba, and they will try to do it through email, but you're not supposed to do that. Keep all of your interactions on Alibaba so that if anything goes wrong, you can report it to the overall company. So he replied with sure, and that's how I knew like it was legitimate. I gave my information. Then he said, I'll make an Alibaba order for you, and with the order link. So basically it's like this official form, and you just have to click accept, I believe. And then I was kind of skeptical because this was my first time ordering. So I said, how can I be sure that it's real? Do you have examples? And then he showed me reviews. At this time, I didn't know much about Alibaba, so I was skeptical. I didn't really reply right away. And then he said, don't worry, the Alibaba order is protected by Alibaba. We could trade on Alibaba. We will draft a sample order on Alibaba, and you will receive payment link from Alibaba. After payment, we will prepare the sample, confirm the details, and send it to you. After you confirm the receipt of sample, we could get your payment from Alibaba, so it's quite safe for you in this transaction. And then I said, can I do revisions with the sample? And what is the turnaround time for sample and turnaround time for the bulk order? And then he said, the sample can be modified, sample day 5 to 7 work days, and then mass production 20 to 25 days. And then I said, okay, that's good. What is the shipping time? And then he said, Air Express is 5 to 7 days. I said, can I be sent images of the process? I sent the payment. He said, I have sent the sample order to our design department. Usually sample 5 to 7 work days. So it's actually quite incredible that all I had to do was send a single image and they were able to create the design from that single image. I did not have to do the back, the sides, or anything. So it was like really convenient for me. I said, please send pictures when possible of the process. They said, of course, until you're satisfied. Then they sent me an update photo. He said, we just finished the first step. The second part, digital printing and embroidery, has not yet begun. And then he asked me any modifications. And then we went like back and forth about the modifications that I wanted. Then he sent images of the final product or what they had done. And it looked okay, but it wasn't perfect how I wanted it. It looked kind of wonky, kind of like a Family Guy character. I gave my feedback. Then, because I didn't even give much information to begin with, I just gave like a single picture. I created like a chart of the modifications I wanted. So I kind of photoshopped what they made and I made it into more like what I wanted it to look like. And I gave like fairly like simple directions. So they appreciated that. So I recommend doing like a sheet with the changes you want so they can visually see what you're saying. At this point, when they made the modifications again, I got a little bit worried because of the language barrier. They kind of messed up on something that I said. I had said that I wanted I said lift cheek color. So what I meant was I wanted the color to go higher up. But they interpreted that as change the actual color. So be very careful with your wording. We had a little miscommunication there. I think he got a little upset because I was asking for another modification, but I wanted it to be perfect. And I was ordering like 100 pieces, which is kind of a lot. But then we got to a point where the sample came out like perfect, in my opinion. I got sent a lot of images. Then the sample was mailed to me. I got the sample. I loved it. I was sent a tracking number. I was able to track the order. I think that I could have negotiated the price, but I chose not to because it was already like a very low price and I felt like I would prefer the quality of the work over like getting a really cheap product. I didn't want to haggle the price and in turn haggling the quality of my product. So I didn't stress it too much. Also, I wanted to reorder when I had a new design too, so I would probably ask for a discount if I did come back and order more, which I do plan to. So then they sent me a picture of the box. Then they sent me the payment link and I confirmed the payment. Once I got the sample, I approved mass production. So I got an estimate of when I was supposed to receive the order, which was at the time January 10th. The time was about like a month maybe. They sent me a picture of the bulk order. I received the tracking number, same process as before. I approved the trade assurance order. And once I received the toys, everything was done. That was the process for me. It was pretty simple, pretty straightforward. And then I left a review, a good review, because I had a very good experience. And now I have a bunch of toys of my characters, and I'm hoping to make more. So that's basically how I went about making a plush toy. Of course, there's other ways that you can do it. You could go about it differently than I did. You could even make a whole like sheet with the exact specifications of how you want to do it. You could even sew it yourself probably, but for mass production, this is how I did it. I know enamel pins is a very similar process going through at Alibaba, but I haven't made enamel pins yet. My supplier, his name was Ray Leung. His company is Shanghai Shinmeng Trading Co. That's who I worked with if you want to check them out. If you want to start your own business, give it a shot. Thank you for watching the video. If you have any more questions, comment down below. I will be sure to respond to everything. I don't know if I'm missing anything really. Oh yeah. So when I ordered about 100 of them, the price including the sample came out to about 600 and something. which isn't bad because, yeah, including shipping, including the sample, and then the price per piece for 101 toys, it came out to about $600. They threw in an extra one. I'm not sure why, but it was nice of them. The price, I think, is very fair. Each toy came out to about $6. So when I sell them, the very minimum that I could sell them for would be like $6 or more. Probably like the very minimum to make my money back. I have to sell each for $7. But I usually sell these for about $15 to $20 because it comes with stickers as well and like custom packaging, and you know, I include shipping. So yeah, that's basically the very basics of how you can manufacture your own toy. So good luck. Comment down below. Like this video if it helped you. Dislike this video if it didn't help you. That's up to you. And don't forget to subscribe.